Hi, everybody.
Z-
I wanted to drop into frame like that. I've never done that. I tried to do it a couple weeks ago, but then you talked and the camera went off me and it ruined everything.
Sorry.
So, I'm blaming you for that.
I'll take the blame. That's okay. That's
I have
fine.
to make sure. I actually have to make sure that my Google Hangout microphone is set to the correct one. It's not.
Now it
You
is.
son of a bitch.
That's better.
Wow, you sound like a million times better now.
That's because it's through this and not through that.
Yes.
That'd be
Ah,
the problem.
that would
We're
be.
on the air for episode 155, only a day late because somebody was busy yesterday.
Yep. Well, you don't get me at all next week, so have fun with that.
It's Josh next week. Did you see the post I made on Facebook?
Yeah. I was like, that's.
I only vaguely accused you of coming off a meth bender
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
because of the Exotic Express.
It's true. It's
It
very
all
true.
links together.
It does. It's I kind
A
of fell
kiddie
back on.
pool full of nacho cheese, as Sean would say.
as he is like to do. Got
Kitty.
any
Look at-
viewers?
Look at the kitty.
My cat.
Did you say got any beavers?
Viewers, you weirdo.
I heard. Okay. No.
You got any beavers?
Okay.
Oh my.
All right.
I realized that when I save the actual Audacity file, and not just because I saved the Audacity file and then I save it and convert it, I realized those Audacity files, they take up a lot of fucking room on your hard drive.
Yeah, they do.
I went back and cleared out a lot of the actual Audacity files because I figure we don't need to go back to like episode 130 something and ever redo it. So
That's why I have them on an external hard drive.
that's the smart move. I just cleared up like 20 gigs.
And so if my computer explodes, I'll still have them. And I have an external hard drive. It's 1.5 terabytes, I think.
Lord.
And it's my iTunes
Mm-hmm.
and the rundown.
Nice.
That's my backup.
That's exciting.
And hi.
Oh, yes.
Do you have Audacity all set to go? Or are you ready to do the
Yeah, I'm good to go. I got my review up. I got Audacity
I have
ready to go.
everything set up. I even remembered to check iTunes to see if we had any new reviews.
Wow, do we? Because I was going to do that during the middle of the episode.
No.
Oh,
The last one was
Goodness.
still Bill's.
good times. Good times. All right, well, I'm set when you are.
All right, then let's begin.
Sure.
Episode 155.
Wow.
In 3, 2, 1, record. Oh, this week's episode of The Rundown is brought to you by Fresh Step Cat Litter. Need to make an odd cat fight reference while attacking your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend? Use Fresh Step Cat Litter. Not guaranteed to absorb dairy products. Cats are fun and magical when you can't smell their poop. Fresh Step. It's being reported that Kevin Steen has officially signed with WWE.
I saw that.
Is this surprising?
It is to me a little bit. I saw something about that earlier today. I wasn't sure if that was 100% true or not.
And what will his stupid NXT name be?
Probably something along the lines of like Sinistaro the Magnificent. He'll be a magician.
Burgundy Fiasco.
Azure Fruitful Fluff. Fruitful Fluff.
Like your friend Ryan?
Captain Derfel. Schmerkenbergen.
John Smith. Let's get to the rundown.
Yeah.
There appears to be something out the window.
There appears to be.
Oh, kitty.
Okay, come into my lap. All right.
Yes. I don't know where. I think all my cats are down on the bed somewhere. They're not here. Oh, well. Less disturbing than Damien Sandow in a flesh-colored unitard. It's
Listen,
episode
that.
155 of The Rundown. My name is Adam. I'm your host, and it is Thursday, January 12th, June 12th. Holy shit.
January
June
1.
12th.
Time travel. Woo!
Dun-dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun-dun. Thursday, June 12th, 2014. Joining me this week, Andrew is here, as is his cat.
Yeah, I got a cat on my lap. They're totally just covered in pussy right now.
What's your cat's name?
It's Mika.
It's Mika. I don't know.
Yes.
All my cats are gone. Oh no, Finnegan is over there asleep.
Okay.
I don't know where the other ones are.
Let's turn this into an impromptu cat cast. Let's just talk about all of our favorite types of cats.
Pusscast 2014.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, that's something different.
I'm pretty sure Pusscast has already taken. Oh, gross. Taken. Freudian slip. Taken by someone else. Anyway, moving on. So, are we ready to talk about some wrestling?
I love that you're embarrassed by that, yet you completely and consistently insist on mentioning the size of our Facebook dong.
Oh, speaking of, let's talk about how are the numbers?
Let's look at the numbers. We are up 1 like on Facebook to 423.
1 centimeter at a time.
5 followers on Twitter.
Really?
81.
Up 5? Wow.
Up to 81.
Remember, I guess people are freaking out. They want to be the 100th.
That's right. The 100th
follower on Twitter.
Twitter follower. I don't know how we're going to tell that unless we happen to catch it at 100. And even then, I'm not sure.
I'll pay attention. Once we get close, I'll pay attention.
Yeah, right.
And the 100th will get a free copy of Chasing Distant Horizons, a chapbook of poetry by yours truly. So if you love poetry, it is the time to do so. On the side, we have a hello from a name that appears to be Arabic.
Yes, I can't pronounce that. So hello, person.
Hello.
Hello, person.
Hello, person.
Hello, human.
I feel like we need to go back in time a bit and maybe do a little bit of rewinding.
When did you take over this show?
I don't know. I just trying to help you out, trying to help us along. See if we can keep us under an hour.
Yeah, good luck with that. Remind me which shows you're doing this week?
I've got SmackDown. That's it.
Okay. We open NXT with a snapshot recap of the biggest matches from Takeover. See,
easy mistake.
And I wrote Takeover too, and for some reason I doubted myself at the last second. Zayn versus Breeze, Natalya versus Charlotte, and Kid versus Neville. Opening graphics, and we are live to tape from Orlando, Florida. Tyler Breeze has entered the building.
Ooh.
But first, Mojo Rawley. Mojo sporting neon green trunks and boots tonight, and it's really not a good look. Not at all. In the Goldman box, Mojo says tonight he rebounds from last week's loss. Stay hyped, etc. Aiden English then sings him a song.
Beautiful.
Ass to face, Hyperdrive. Thanks for coming, Aiden English.
Aw, my favorite math teacher.
Exactly, jacked up math teacher Aiden English. Yeah. William Regal, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton giving us the business this evening. Tom sends us back to last week's post-show and Tyson and Natalya having some issues. Backstage, Natalya is still proud of her loser husband.
Find out more on Total Divas.
Charlotte takes on Bayley. We get a nice piece on the Special Olympics visiting the Performance Center. Then enter Bayley, enter your new NXT Women's Champion, Charlotte, accompanied by Sasha Banks, of course. Charles Robinson once again refereeing this contest. Could still be a conspiracy.
I think it might be. Be careful with that.
I mentioned it when I did the write-up last week, but you did the report on TakeOver. So Charles Robinson was the referee. Little H was the referee for the NXT Women's Championship match.
That's true.
Which was won by a Flair.
It could be a conspiracy.
Summer Rae appears to reunite with her friends, and Charlotte wins with the bow down to the queen.
Wow.
There are. I won't apologize. Oh, there's Sheamus. Look, there's Sheamus right there.
I see the cat.
Catcast.
Catcast. Pusscast.
Yeah. There are some awkward hugs, and then the BFFs beat down Bayley until Emma and Paige run out to make the save. Backstage, that new tag team I can't remember the name of does some weird things with their names.
The Luchadors?
No, no. Oh. I remember their names.
Oh, okay.
We come back for a quick recap of the tag team
Corbett and Glorbin? Was that?
Yes. Then that
Okay.
new tag team, who turns out to be Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger, enter when we get back to the arena.
Ah, yes.
Their opponents don't even get introduced.
They're opponents, huh?
Their names are apparently Stuart something and such Ghouljar is the other guy's last name.
Ghouljar? What is this? Some sort of
Ghouljar, right?
like horror story?
Oh, Ghouljar,
Beetlejuice.
Ghost Bear. Surprisingly, Jordan and Dillinger win. CJ Parker has a sign. No one cares. I love that when it popped back to you, you were completely out of frame and it was just your cat.
Yeah.
Kitty.
I'm gonna let her take over. So.
Look at the kitty.
Yeah.
Look at the kitty. I forgot where I was. There we are. Backstage, the BFFs are catching up. Summer says she's back, which is interesting because that makes her a face on Raw and a heel on NXT. Anyway, so up next,
It
the
doesn't
review
matter.
of Tyler Breeze's music video. Enter Tyler when we come back. He calls Sami Zayn Seth Rogen's less attractive younger brother. I see the resemblance.
That's interesting.
Tyler then says that he gets to choose when he fights Adrian for the title. Interesting. He then sends us to his music video, which is dedicated to all his fans, quote, even the uggos, unquote.
That's also awesome.
Tyler is so moved by his video that he actually puts his phone down to applaud himself.
Wow. That means something right there.
When we come back, Adrian Neville defends his title against Justin Gabriel in a no disqualification match.
Oh.
We got a video about Bo Dallas being forced out 2 weeks ago, and I swear to God, the promo for this match said no disqualification NXT title match, but this match is apparently not for the title, according to the announcers. Also, no one said anything about it being no disqualification, so I don't think that's true either.
Huh.
Red Arrow finishes off Gabriel. At some point during the match, Justin picked up one hell of a bump over his right eye. Adrian celebrates. Tyson Kidd appears to say he deserves the jeers of the crowd after how he acted last week. He apologizes for his childish behavior after their match. He wants one more shot at the NXT Championship. Your dog is dying.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He does that when he hears things outside. Just ignore
Adrian
that.
agrees, and they shake hands. Tyson leaves, and they go off the air.
Well, it sounds like an okay NXT. Doesn't sound like it was as good as some of the other events.
It's all right. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, you know.
Not
Friday Night SmackDown.
bad. Yes.
You know what would make having to do this SmackDown review better?
What? If you hadn't had to watch the German version online?
Well, that might. I have Hulu.
See, all I can find on my DVR got fucked up again, so I had to watch it on the interwebs. And I
Shocking.
don't have the Hulus. I don't have the Hulu Plus.
But for me, it would be having more of those magical lollipops from the Exotic Express. That's all I'm saying. It would have made it so much less painful. Anywho, we start with a recap of the Shield and Evolution, which pretty much catches me up to speed on that whole drama that happened after the last special event. Speaking of Evolution, we start the show proper with, of course, Triple H. And he's not alone. Here comes my boy Seth Rollins with him. Seth stands tall and Trips laughs as the fans chant, "You sold out." Triple H talks about Seth's turn away from the Shield, and Rollins says that the only person that knows why he did what he did is himself, a.k.a. the WWE. He's admitting the WWE has no idea what they're doing with that last-minute storyline idea. They are interrupted by, of all people, Dolph Ziggler. Are they trying to actually give him relevant TV time and put up against one of the top talents? Huh. He takes a quick jab at being jobbed over the last year or so, and then says he loved how the Shield went against the Authority, how that was kind of their thing. But what Rollins did to his brothers, that is simply unacceptable. Rollins whispers to Trips and the COO, who says that unlike Dolph, Rollins will indeed sell out. He'll sell out arenas night after night after night after night. Trips then makes a match against the two to open the show the proper way. We go to commercial and come back to the match already in progress. As one might expect, this is a really solid match. Ziggler has a lot to prove here as he's using his one rare big opening TV match opportunity to his advantage. Match goes 2 segments long without much stop. It seems that Ziggler could really pick up here the win on Rollins, especially after Big Time Famouser. but Rollins sticks into the match further. Ziggler gets another near fall after rushing to the top and then hitting a really nasty-looking face crusher. A zigzag is reversed with a spinning kick followed by a powerbomb into the corner and a curb stomp to pick up the victory for the Quad City Zone. Backstage, B&B is with Renee to talk about his upcoming match with both Cesaro and RVD. Tonight he defends the title against both. Also tonight, Bray Wyatt returns. Backstage, Randy runs into Seth and trips, and he welcomes Seth to the dark side. To which Seth says he never really left. They run into, of all people, the big waste of time. The Big Show, who doesn't really seem very much taller than Seth. I don't know how, maybe it was the way the camera was pointed or something, but he doesn't really seem all that tall in this segment for some reason. Maybe Seth stepped on a box. I don't know. He kind of bad-mouths Seth for a while, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that piece of garbage. Trips makes a match between the Big Show and Randy Orton. Thrilling TV. The Usos shout at the crowd when we come back. Maybe they'll defend their tag titles? No, actually, tonight they're just taking on Brad Baxel. Jimmy hits a big splash off the top to pick up the victory after a quick and unimpressive bout. After this, Lana sticks her ass out for a bit, talks about Russia, Nobel Prizes, that one Russian dude that had the splotchy bald head, a scary-looking Olympian.
That was Gorbachev.
Gorbachev. Tchaikovsky, Rusev, blah, blah. Apparently Rusev has some sort of gold medal with him now that he was awarded for beating Big Tits Langston. I don't know how I missed that, but...
that happened on Raw last week.
Okay. I think I vaguely remember something, but my question is, I wonder if it's full of chocolate, that medal. Because, Russians love chocolate, right?
You want to know what's funny?
Yeah?
In my notes, I made the exact same joke.
Did you really? Oh.
Rusev comes out with his flag and his star. I'm still not convinced that's not made of chocolate.
Nice. Anyway, Rusev takes on a very patriotic Xavier Woods, and it goes just long enough for him to get crushed and then tapped to the accolade. RVD goes after the Intercontinental Championship for what, the 6th time now?
Yeah, something like that.
Around the pay-per-view. Heyman gets in a bit of mic time, and I bet you can't guess what WrestleMania match he kind of talks about before introducing Cesaro. I bet you can't guess. Which Cesaro's new, I'm going to puff out my chest while I walk to the ring thing is really fucking stupid. Anyway, Triple...
I just hope they have the King of Swing shirts at Money in the Bank, because I'm totally fine.
There you go.
I'm sure they will.
Anyway, Triple Threat title match, pretty good, I guess, from what I watched. I got a text from Bill asking if I saw all the wrestlers who got canned. More on that later. And I kind of lost track of the match. Second half of the match went pretty well. It was fairly well timed. We got a lot of good near falls.
You watched it today. I see what happens.
Yeah.
I watched
it today. Yeah. I don't watch things on time. And B&B wins with the Bullhammer, retaining the title. Big shock.
Yay!
Sheep cut. Bray rambles as only he can, talking about death and rebirth or something. Commercial commercial, and then a promo for NXT TakeOver.
I heard something about sharks. So
was there? I don't remember. I just kind of, sometimes he rambles and he's cool and all, but I don't know what he's talking about. So I just kind of zone out. Mm-hmm. We get a promo reminding us about NXT TakeOver. Go watch it now. Back in the ring, Natalya, who was shown losing in her match for the title, is set to take on Alicia Fox, one of my absolute new favorite divas. Not joking. We don't get the same sort of classic.
That's unfortunate.
We don't get the same sort of classic match between Charlotte and Natty, but it's entertaining. Alicia plays up the crazy in this match, at one point meowing and shouting at Natty. She then apologizes and shakes Natty's hand. Natty has had enough of her crazy and yanks her down to the mat and stomps on her hand. A slap fires up Fox, who asks for another, and Natty obliges. I've lost my spot there. Where'd it go? Come back match. Anyway, and Natty does. Natty does an impressive roll back into a kip-up, only to get hung up on the bottom rope by Alicia Fox. Northern Lights by Alicia gets a near fall, and then she counters a sharpshooter with a very, I don't know why no one ever did this before, just a straight kick to the face. Just like the biggest kick I've ever seen to the face. Alicia goes for the big victory, but Natty reverses her lift into a crossbody and gets the 3 count. After the match, Alicia throws a fit, crawls around the ring, flails her limbs on the outside, clicks her heels, meows at the cameraman, hangs out with Lillian for a while, and then stalks her into a corner, shouting to ask who rang the bell because, quote, she was not finished. She then bashes the bell several times. Her music plays, and she gets kind of excited for a second, then takes off to the back. Color me entertained by all this. Better than Oksana. More on her later.
Meh.
We get a bullshit recap of the world title situation. It's my cue to skip ahead in the broadcast, which I do. Speaking of skipping ahead, we get Santino and Emma back in the ring when I randomly comes back from the commercial. Santino takes on Bo Dallas tonight. Well, this segment at least got a little bit better. Whether it's in the ring or in life, you have to be better than excuses.
One thing you did miss.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't realize you were in the middle.
No, go ahead.
During the recap of the world title situation, we went back. They went back to Payback. They go back to Payback for Brie quitting and slapping Steph. Thankfully, that's all they show on Payback. Thankfully, next week on Raw, a Daniel Bryan update. Then we go back to Raw for Steph's cover your ass announcement. Then next week on Raw, a Daniel Bryan update. Somebody put up a graphic too early.
Yep. Anywho, so all you have to do in life is believe.
Yes.
Okay? Believe. Always believe.
Yeah.
We start with a handshake, and then Bo gets to take down, and then runs out to the side and starts doing laps, chanting, "I'm winning! I'm winning!"
Can I be completely honest with you?
Yes.
This might have been my favorite match from this week's SmackDown.
It probably was my favorite match. No, it's probably my second favorite match because the opening match was really good.
True, but just because both of them were selling that character so fucking hard.
Oh yeah, it was really good.
Bo Dallas is winning me over.
I love Bo Dallas.
I
absolutely love Bo Dallas.
The whole do one takeover, then roll out of the ring and storm around.
I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then he's still a heel because of what happened a little bit later in the match. It's fantastic. Anywho, they shake hands a second time, and Santino gets a few arm drags in. Santino then rushes outside and celebrates outside the ring, hamming it up.
If they have any Bo Leave T-shirts at Money in the Bank, I might have to get a Bo Leave T-shirt.
You need a Bo Leave T-shirt. Bo doesn't seem as enthused with Santino celebrating. We get a third handshake, and this time Bo pulls in poor old Santino for a clothesline. Bo wins quickly with his running Bo Dog. Bo makes another victory lap and then tells Emma that Santino isn't a loser. He did his best. And when you do your best, you're a winner in life. All you have to do is believe. We go from that to a Big Show talking backstage. Skipped ahead of that. Anyway, another Evolution Shield recap.
You need to mention this. You didn't watch it, but you should have. Because it was bizarre.
Yeah?
Big Show gave an entire speech about him being bullied as a child. It was so fucking weird.
That's really bizarre.
Yeah. It was strange.
Interesting. Well, we get another Evolution Shield recap. The Shield respond on Raw. More on that later.
Yeah.
Orton talks backstage, yada yada. Big Show makes it to the ring.
Can I point out that they were promoting that as the return of the Shield?
Yeah, like they've been gone for so long. 1 week. Oh no.
Oh my God.
They've been gone for like one show. Anyway, we get the just a kind of crappy match. An RKO is countered with a spear.
What could you really expect from the competitors?
You really can't. I mean, I give Randy credit. He tried, but you can't work with the Big Show. He should have been added to that list of 11. More on that later. An RKO is countered by a spear. He sets him up for the RKO KO punch, but Trips gets involved out of nowhere. Rollins comes flying in with a knee, getting the disqualification victory for the show. Doesn't seem to matter much as Rollins and Orton dismantled Big Show with an RKO and then a chair, and we mercifully go off the air. Great opening match with little much else aside from Bo Dallas to really put into this. Your thoughts on SmackDown?
Yeah, it was a SmackDown.
Okay.
It was pretty fucking passable all the way around.
Yeah.
Dolph and Seth are great because Dolph and Seth are great. As I said, Bo and Santino were selling the shit out of the Bo Leave character, and it was fantastic.
That was good.
I just love Santino. the idea of Santino was playing kind of Bailey in that
Yeah.
match. Like he was such a fan of Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
It
it.
was great. I liked it too.
So,
All right, you start the next one. I'm going to get a little bit of water.
agua. See, now I can't hear this. So we can talk about it. It's gone. Yeah, just go and get your fucking water, you son of a bitch. You listen to this later and you think that everything's okay, and then all of a sudden he's gonna realize that we're just talking shit about it the entire time. This guy a fucking big, tall, fucking freak. It's a son of a bitch. Skinny bastard just fucking thinks you can just leave in the middle of the show and go get a goddamn water and not even fucking offer me any, even though it's fucking different parts of the country, and it's a motherfucking piece of goddamn asshole, but son of a bitch thinks he can just take next week off and not even fucking care that the show's gonna be fucking. God damn it! Just fucking makes me so goddamn. This goddamn cat and a fucking dog just fucking barking all the goddamn time. Thinks he can just fucking walk around in here like he owns the goddamn place. It's my show. It's my fucking show, and you think you can just come in here and get a goddamn water whenever you want? So, thank you. I can't even do it for them. So I was like, goddamn son of a bitch. I'm so, oh, you're back. Hi, you're back. Welcome back. Okay.
Hey.
Enjoy that when you listen back to it.
Okay. Well, I thought you were going to like march ahead, and get some stuff done.
It's funnier what I did. We open Raw with what's been promised as a blockbuster announcement by the Authority. They seem to be very lovey-dovey this evening. Steph again promises a blockbuster announcement. Tonight, there is a resolution to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship situation.
Oh, thank the fucking God.
She sends us to a video from Dr. Joseph Maroon, Daniel Bryan's surgeon, who says he's not cleared this month, but he will be reevaluated. Stephanie is happy. The crowd is sad. The Authority gloat. They then officially strip Daniel Bryan of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh no, what will I do without him as champion? I'm so sad. Okay, I'm over it. Next.
Steph then mocks Brie for quitting for no reason. Steph announces that the Money in the Bank ladder match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view will be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and never have I been so happy for a neck injury, because I didn't want to see a goddamn stretcher match.
I agree 100% with you there.
Your entrance.
Yeah, Money in the Bank for the title, so.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they will have another Money in the Bank ladder match for the briefcase, so that we still have the briefcase.
So do I. I like that gimmick. That gimmick
especially considering who they've been, especially considering who they've been putting over in the qualifying matches, but we'll get to
yeah,
that.
it's kind of an odd. We'll talk about that from what I've seen.
The first entrant is Alberto Del Rio, since he won his qualifying match last week. Hunter then announces the second entrant as Randy Orton. Great. Hunter guarantees. Yeah. Hunter guarantees a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion at Money in the Bank, because what the fuck else would happen?
Right.
Hunter then sends us back to last week for the ultimate swerve. Ultimate, I mean, because it happened at the literal end of the show. Tonight, what is left of the Shield will whimper and die. Tonight they face the Wyatt family in a 6-man tag match, if they can find a partner. Tonight, Sheamus beats Wade Barrett again, but this time, it's for a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. On the app, Byron gets kidnapped by the Ravers.
By what?
The Ravers.
Oh God, sorry.
Your friends.
Oh yeah, my buddies and me.
Yeah. Wade has some bad news during his entrance. Once he climbs up to the top of the ladder and grabs the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, he is never, ever coming back down. So he's going
to hang out there?
He's going to float up there forever. Wade proceeds to get the upper hand, and for the latter half of the match, pretty much beat the hell out of Sheamus. This, of course, means that Sheamus comes out of nowhere with a brogue kick and pins Wade for 3.
I don't think they should have had either of them in the Money in the Bank match. They have titles they should be defending at the actual event.
Yeah.
It's really bad booking.
I can only hope the losers of the qualifying matches get put into a match for the briefcase. Sheepcut Luke cuts a nice creepy promo about being animals. Bray then elaborates. On the app, Live Tom sends us to a much louder video from SmackDown Fallout. Seriously, I don't know if you have this problem. I don't know if you have the. Do you have the app that you watch? You don't watch Raw, so never mind.
I don't watch Raw,
But
so I don't bother with
I don't
the
know
app.
if anybody else is having this problem or if it's just me. But on my iPad, when I watch the commercial break videos on the app, when it's the live backstage interviews, I can't fucking hear anything.
That's
It's
weird.
like, this is Tom Phillips, and we're backstage here, and they're coming up on stuff. And then all of a sudden somebody appears, and I'm like, oh, I guess they were talking about Dolph Ziggler. Okay.
You figure with the amount of money that they have, especially now saving all the money from firing people, that they could get application stuff that would work.
Yeah. They just need to pot up the audio on the live feed, and I'll be able to hear it on my speakers.
Right.
But anyway.
It shouldn't be that difficult.
When we come back, Justin introduces Lana. Lana garners cheap heat. Justin then introduces Rusev. I wonder why Lana stopped introducing Rusev.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Rusev cuts a promo in Bulgarian. Whatever. Turns out Zack Ryder's been in the ring this whole time.
Awkward.
Do I need to elaborate any further? Tonight on Raw, since no one watches SmackDown, Seth Rollins breaks his silence. On the app, Tom is with Rybasshole. No idea what they talked about because I couldn't fucking hear it. This week, Goldust's partner is R-Truth. At least this one's not completely pathetic.
Yeah, that's true.
Axel rolls up Goldust for the pinfall. Losing streak continues. Backstage, Layla does heel things if Summer eventually douses her in milk. Also, they say Fandango wrong. I don't know if they officially changed it to the regular pronunciation of Fandango or what. But anyway. On the app, Tom gets interrupted by 3MB. Hornswoggle still hasn't finished shaving his head. 3MB are in the ring when we get back. Heath yaks for about 6 seconds until the Shield appear. 3MB hang out in the ring, meaning they're about to get destroyed as per usual. This is exactly what happens. Good call on having Dean do most of the talking here. Seth was a cancer growing inside the Shield. Dean basically threatens to mutilate Seth the next time they meet, saying he's going to take his nose and put it over where his ear is.
Oh.
And then he's going to take his ear and put it over somewhere.
That's really pleasant. That's really pleasant.
Like kind of a Mr. Potato
Head.
Head.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah.
Seth is watching from backstage in a suit. Roman says some stuff too and references Game of Thrones. Tonight.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tonight, Seth Rollins breaks his silence. Plus, the Shield and Vacant take on the Wyatt family. My favorite thing about that Shield promo, as good as it was verbally, was Dean finished his promo and then did this weird thing where like he took his free hand and smacked the top of the mic onto the mat.
Yeah.
And then I think realized that Roman was supposed to talk too, so he had to pick it up off the ground and hand it to Roman. And they both started laughing, and it was good. Anyway.
Oh, God. I'll have to go back and watch that.
It was good. It made me laugh. Anyways. On the app, Tom shows us the top 10 tag team heel turns from YouTube, now with some cleverly placed video pauses to edit out the chair shots to the head. Apparently, this was 10 through 6, 5 through 1, or later on. Who cares? Usos enter when we return. Meanwhile, Fandango can't dance with Layla because her hair smells like milk. Fandango's partner... Yup.
Oh, God.
Fandango's partner is Damien Sandow in a flesh-colored unitard with a rhythmic gymnastics ribbon.
Quit doing this to the guy. Just let him fucking wrestle and...
Damien takes the pin after about 2 minutes. On the app, Tom is with Layla. She still smells like milk. Xavier Woods is in the ring when we return, thankfully not dressed like Black Uncle Sam like he was on Friday. His opponent is the inspirational Bo Dallas.
Nice.
Bo delivers an inspirational speech to Daniel Bryan. I think he did. All you have to do to get better is just believe.
You know what he should do on the next show, on the SmackDown coming up? He should cut a promo about the people that just lost their jobs. I know the economy's bad. There's always Plan B.
Especially the ones that were on the main roster, but we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
I think my biggest problem with Bo Dallas is that his finisher is just not that impressive.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
The Boat Dog is not, especially because he's a small guy.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the oomph.
I mean,
think
it has a little bit
needs.
it has a little bit of oomph because he runs up the rope and whatnot, but
It's the Dudley Dog, is what it is.
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, Old is what it is, so I don't know.
Bo wins with said unimpressive finisher, then gives Xavier a little pep talk. Up next, RVD versus Cesaro again to determine the next entrant in Money in the Bank. On the app, Tom is with RVD. When we come back, Paul Heyman gloats and says something about a WrestleMania victory party tonight on Raw. Of course, he's not talking about Brock. He brings out Cesaro. Cesaro thankfully wins with a neutralizer. They finally got one of these matches right. Qualified so far are Cesaro, Sheamus, and Alberto, and Randy gets to be in the match too. Cole sends us back to the top of the show for Hunter promising that tonight is the end of the Shield. Up next, Michael Cole interviews Seth Rollins. We come back for that interview. Seth has his own theme music in Titantron tonight. Both are fairly generic, but what do you expect with 1 week's notice?
It's true.
Seth was just doing what's best for business. He was the creator of the Shield, the architect, who was his very right to see to its destruction.
Absolutely.
Ambrose is a lunatic who wouldn't last a week on his own. And Roman is nothing without someone to focus his fury. Roman and Dean owe Seth everything.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Roman and Dean were never brothers. They were just business partners. He didn't stab his brothers in the back. He severed a business relationship. It's time to believe in Seth Rollins.
Believe!
Seth has said his piece, and he invites Dean out to live up to his end of the promise from earlier. Dean and Roman then appear, but before they can enter the ring, we get a sheep cut and some teleported Wyatt family members.
Yeah, teleportation.
They dispose of the Wyatts and almost get their hands on Seth when Bray appears and the fight is back on. Eventually, John Cena appears as their sixth man because...
Are you not shocked by this?
Surprise?
Yeah, no surprise at all.
Cole continues talking about Seth as we go to commercial. Tomorrow night, live on Main Event, Seth versus Dolph. Again, but it's okay this time because they're actually good. We then get a replay of what happened before break, Goldfish. Enter Paige when we get back to the arena. Her opponent is, once again, Alicia Fox, because she's the only diva Creative apparently cares about. Alicia is accompanied by Oksana for reasons unknown and unexplained. Alicia taps to the PTO. We then learn why Oksana is there, as after the match, she helps Alicia to her feet. Then Alicia slaps and beats the crap out of her.
Nice.
She then douses her in water and covers her in popcorn.
I guess it's better than milk, so.
Yes. Tonight, it's official. The Shield and John Cena against the Wyatts.
Oh, stop it.
Enter Swagger when we return. His opponent is Santino. Swagger off to a bad start, gets slapped a couple times by Zeb, and then goes back in the ring and tears Santino apart. Swagger blocks the Cobra and hits the gut wrench for a 3 count, and hot damn, Jack Swagger, what a match.
Wow.
On the app, a commercial for Totino's. When we come back, the antique... I have some in my freezer. I'm gonna have
I haven't had pizza rolls since I was in high school.
I know, they're so good.
Sounds amazing right now.
When we come back, the Antique Roads show are hanging out, and Cody finally has the perfect partner for Goldust. Someone who can match his star power. Someone who can magnify the magnificence of Goldust.
Who is it?
We'll find out next week.
Oh.
Cole sends us back to the top of the show, and we have to do this whole thing all over again. Oh, no, okay, it was just a replay. Thank you. Backstage, the Authority are gloating or some shit when Vicky appears to celebrate. No more Braddocks. No more Daniel Bryan. Let's have champagne. I'm sorry, I forgot this happened, and rereading it is making me laugh. No more Braddocks. No more Daniel Bryan. No, let's have champagne. Let's sneeze in some champagne.
Wait, what?
She sneezed in the champagne.
Oh, wait, was that supposed to happen?
Yes.
Okay.
She poured the glasses. She poured the glasses of champagne and sneezed in the champagne. And then Steph smacked the champagne out of her hand, and it was quite...
Oh, that's funny.
They were using polycarbonate plastic champagne flutes. But anyway.
Oh, God.
Sneezing in the champagne.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Steph threatens to fire her as well. As well do it at this point. And kicks her out because she sneezed in the champagne.
Poor Vicky.
Enter the Shield The main event, which Cole almost screws up, is next.
How does he almost screw it up?
I think he said the Shield. It was the John Cena and the Shield versus the Wyatt family. I think is what he said. This Friday on SmackDown, Sheamus beats Cesaro. Enter Cena when we return to the arena. Minneapolis. We're here. Match starts with a very brief brawl, but settles right into standard six-man fare after a really nice main event. Roman spears Luke and pins him for the victory. Backstage, Hunter and Rollins are not impressed. Dean Ambrose is around and everyone celebrates as we go off the air. Yay, Raw. Kind of shitty, but not as shitty as last week, so I'll take it.
It sounds better than SmackDown was, so.
We open main event with Triple H. Great. Hunter says a lot of people have been asking why they needed to strip Daniel Bryan of the title, because apparently nobody watches Raw anymore. So he shows Dr. Maroon's video again. He then explains that it's our fault.
Oh, well, yeah, duh.
Hunter informs us of who is already in the ladder match. He then sends us back to Seth turning on the Shield. He then brings out Seth Rollins. Seth is not dressed in all black tonight. Hunter knows why Seth turned on his friends.
Really? What is the reason?
Hunter wants to know how it felt.
Ooh.
How did it feel?
Explain it to me. It makes my nipples so hard.
By a round of applause, how did it feel?
Yeah. Get my Facebook all hard. Sorry. Anywho. Well, it sounds like he was getting off on it the way you're describing it. Engorge my Twitterus. I think I've killed Adam. All right. Hi.
It's supposed to be a family-friendly show.
Yeah, fucking right.
Really? Not really.
Remember that one episode where I like 2 seconds in, I said the C word. I don't think this is a family-friendly show.
That's why we've got the explicit tag on iTunes, friends.
You know it.
In that moment, there was a stillness,
Ooh.
a clarity.
It was twittering in his pants.
It was a power unlike any power anyone has ever felt before.
Oh my!
Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose will never know that power because everything they have, they owe to Seth Rollins.
Is that your bad news Barrett voice? That sounds like you're I got some bad news for you.
I'm afraid I've got some good news.
Oh, good news, Barrett. Sorry.
They found your sister at the bottom of a well. She's fine. She'll be home next week.
I've got some bad news for you. The WWE found your hiding spot in Titan Tower, JTG, and you're finally out of here.
More on that later. Lost my
main event happened. No one cared. All right. Hard nipples, erect nipples. Find erect nipples. Do Control F erect nipples.
What?
Control F erect nipples, because you're talking about how his nipples got all hard.
No,
asking Seth all those things.
What the fuck?
Anyway. There's a title for you. Control F.
If I can see.
Erect nipples.
It'll go on the list for sure.
Okay.
Welcome to Pusscast 2014.
Shit.
Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are destined for mediocrity. Remember what main event was about wrestling?
Yeah, it was like last week.
Seth will do whatever it takes to be the best.
There's your bad news Barrett voice again.
This is the evolution of Seth Rollins. He wants to thank someone. The crowd thinks this is boring. He thanks Hunter. Enter Dolph, again, just like on SmackDown, except this time they already have a match.
That's good.
I'll let that car go past.
Oh, sorry.
Unless that was your burrito. Dolph calls him a self-centered scumbag traitor. Tonight, Jimmy Uso takes on Luke Harper. Next.
Yeah.
Enter the Usos when we return. Superkick, Schoolboy Jimmy wins.
Nice.
Up next, Rusev kills another black guy.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
Enter Kofi when we return. Tony introduces Lana, who makes fun of American women.
Oh.
Right? Because she's...
Not an American woman, of course.
American... I can't... You want to hear my awful fake reference?
You have like one accent. I feel like you have one accent.
Hey,
Go ahead.
that's not true. American women are all... American women are all overweight and fat. I'm not sure how you can be overweight and fat. Anyway, she is what Russian women look like. You know that small town, Russia, Florida. You know that's something. Vladimir Putin. Tony then introduces Rusev. Why the hell doesn't she do it anymore? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Surprisingly, this match lasts longer than 90 seconds.
Wow.
Accolade. Good night, Kofi.
Oh, Kofi.
When we come back, Renee is with Summer. No one is saying Fandango correctly anymore. I wonder if they've officially dropped breathing the A's.
That's stupid.
Renee sends us back to last night for the milking of Layla. Summer.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
I just imagine
picture.
I'm picturing the breast pump. I'm picturing.
Roll that around in your mind for a while.
Oh my god. It's just I can breastfeed wherever I want. Like, this is her gimmick. She's just like an empowered breastfeeding woman. Like, just breastfeeds her baby in the ring.
Summer actually says the word twat on TV before she's attacked with a box of Fresh Step.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
She did not use
Watch
that word.
Main Event.
Okay, I'm going to watch Main Event just to hear that.
Yeah.
There's no way she could have got away with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
When she's attacked with a box of Fresh Step. Yeah.
Got your reference now. Okay.
Layla beat her up with a box of cat litter and then dumped milk on her and then rubbed her face in it. So I feel bad because she was coughing, but I think she was legitimately coughing.
Oh,
I think she legitimately swallowed some cat litter.
Oh, that's gross.
Cats are fun and magical when you can't smell their poop. Fresh stuff. That's Paul and Storm, by the way. paulandstorm.com. Buy some music from them because they're fantastic.
Catcast.
I personally recommend Frogger the Frogger Musical by Paul and Storm.
Okay, Paul and Storm. I'll look it up later.
You should, because they're funny. paulandstorm.com. Turns out, when Seth's in a match, he still wears his Shield gear. I hear they're working on that. Seth hits 3 amigos when we come back from commercial. Interesting trivia.
Oh, he's been doing that. He's done it a couple times, actually.
Curb Stomp finishes off Dolph Ziggler for the evening. That is your main event.
Okay. Interesting.
Which brings us...
I don't want to say what it is because you always tell me it's wrong.
To listener mail.
Hey, listener mail!
First,
listener mail.
We have an email from our old buddy Sal.
Sal
says, can you guys do a best quote in Rundown history on the next Rundown Showdown? I know what the number 1 seed would be. Raccoon Reigns. I'm going to videotape this midget having sex with a full-grown woman and then rewind it so it looks like childbirth. Sal, that is an interesting idea.
That's a great idea. I like that one much better than what we're doing now.
I tell you what, Andrew.
Yeah.
If you can come up with a bracket
oh my gosh.
of the 16 best quotes in Rundown history,
okay.
I welcome you to it.
I've got plenty of time because this one goes on for a while, so I'll listen back.
That is, if you want to listen back all 155 episodes.
And I've never listened from episode 1, so that gives me something to do.
Nobody has. Because I don't think episode 1 only ended up being a half episode, and it was terrible.
Okay, and, well, I'll go back and I'll listen. I'll make that my job. So
it was never posted on the internet anywhere. Also, you can't find any of the episodes before what's available on iTunes right now anywhere, except my external hard drive.
Well, you'll have to send those to me. Well, or something. Or I can start at a certain number. I can start at the episode that I first started because those are the only ones that actually count.
The top quotes of the Andrew era.
Yes, anyway. I like it.
Also, Glenn Morton, our buddy Glenn on Facebook, says, finally caught up with the podcast, and to respond to something from a few weeks ago, it's an Alice dress I'm wearing in my Facebook photo. Shortly before seeing Dropkick Murphys and Tenacious D, suffice to say my memory of that day is pretty hazy. I'll allow it. Just wanted to share a couple of things I hope happen in the coming months. Cesaro gets fed up with Heyman always talking about his client breaking the streak, so challenges Lesnar to a match at SummerSlam. Cesaro goes over clean and swings Heyman. This would somewhat make up for all the bullshit they've put us through in recent months. Also, why not have Adam Rose partying in the ring when he realizes one of the Exotic Express is missing? Cut to the Titantron where we see they've been taken prisoner by Leo Kruger.
I love it. I love
This
that
eventually
so much.
leads to the revelation that for Adam Rose, it's party time all the time, because when the party stops, Leo Kruger awakens.
I love it. I love that
That's
idea
good.
so much. That's good creative right there.
Which means it'll never happen. Anyway,
True.
Glenn also donated $5 to us on PayPal because he's an awesome motherfucker.
Really? Thank you so
And
much,
he's
Glenn.
fucking all the way in
Hey,
England.
hey,
So
hey.
what the hell's your excuse?
Glenn, if you're already throwing money around, for $2.50, half that price, you could pick up a copy of Chasing Distant Horizons, a chapbook of poetry. I hear it's very popular with the Brits. It is. I even use that U instead of just an O in certain words, like color.
tinyworld.com
/
Distant Horizons.
Hell yeah, baby. Yeah.
Right.
Any
Also,
more listener mail?
not a listener mail, but shout out to Sean Marshall, who I convinced to subscribe to the podcast at work today. And
Nice.
promised I'd give him a shout out on the show.
Nice.
He's my boss.
Shout out to Adam's boss, you the man. Keep his man employed. What?
Can you tell that I'm a much happier person being a human being as a whole because I actually have a job that I enjoy now and doesn't make me want to kill myself?
it's not just sucking up to your boss, but you have not had a job you enjoyed in a very long time, so that's good. I'm glad
That's
for you.
true.
Very happy for you.
Let's go to the Rundown Showdown where I forgot to copy the responses from the website. So
You
give me a second.
are a slacking son of a bitch.
I did everything else.
I know, it's true.
Okay.
I didn't do anything, so it's okay.
Captain,
I swear I just saw a deer run down your street or something. That was really weird.
It's possible. There's
Something.
there's a wall.
Or maybe it was a Slender Man.
yeah, there's a wall.
He's telling me to kill the Slender Man, by the way. He's telling me to kill people. I may or may not act on it. There goes another vehicle. Speaking of, I'm going to shut my window fully.
That fucking burrito you had for dinner is just.
Sorry. Oh, my stomach hurts really bad.
Shitty Christmas.
Oh, my God.
You're gonna make me log all the way in, you fucks.
So, yeah, let's talk about stuff. I got nothing to talk about. I was gonna think of something witty.
PaulandStorm.com.
PaulandStorm.com.
Yes.
You can check out my website, mistalista.com. That's
Spell that because no one will know how to spell that.
It's instead of the ERs in Mr. Lister, it's AH. Check it out. I have the 9th Doctor sitting here in Lego form. He's just kind of chilling.
Aw, nice.
He's just kind of hanging out. If I ever get a duplicate, I'll send you one of the duplicates.
Please.
I'm collecting the Doctors. So I've got the 8th and 9th up here right now. My latest catch. So
You've got McGann?
I've got McGann.
Nice.
He's kind of hanging out here. Here he is hanging out. This is so wrestling related. I feel like you should edit some of this
That's
out.
fine.
All right.
Nothing. You should know by now that nothing ever gets edited out on this program.
That's really true.
Unless someone's computer explodes and we have to cut something out. Nothing ever gets edited out on this program.
Well, this week's Rundown Showdown competitors, I can start that, this week are, if I'm remembering correctly,
Now,
the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar versus The Game, Triple H.
I'm upset with you people again.
Uh-oh.
I
I don't know if I think I may not have voted. I can't remember if I voted or not. I think I tried to vote once, and I don't remember if I actually said it or not.
I'm upset
Uh-oh.
because we only got 6 votes this week.
You sons of bitches.
Fucking kidding me? 6.
You are going to go to bed without dinner. And don't even think about dessert.
No Mario Kart 8 for you.
Oh, but
All right, the comments.
But Dad, love Mario Kart 8.
The first one just says in all capital letters, "He has more sense." So I don't know what that means.
Huh.
Had to go for H. Always been a fan of the guy, and he gets too much undeserved hate, though he does get a fair amount of deserved hate. Honestly, even though Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania, Triple H and Taker's matches were much more entertaining. He basically runs the company. Triple H beats Brock, Brock beats Taker, Taker beats Triple H. Oh, fuck, it's rock, paper, scissors. And the final one just says, "You're kidding, right?" I am not kidding. So, 6 motherfucking votes, you assholes. Get your shit together. By a margin of 83% to 17%, and I don't think I'm using the word margin correctly, but whatever.
Nope, you're not.
By an exacerbate of 83% to 17%. I just want to know how long you were going to do that for.
I would do it forever.
Triple H
Yeah!
moves on to the next round.
Woo!
Over Brock Lesnar.
Bring it on.
Kicked out of the tournament.
Rah, rah, rah.
Next, first round matchup. We're still in the first round, I think, for one more
Ever.
week. I think next week is the last first round. I think next week is the last first round matchup. Number 7 seed.
You could do 2 in 1 week if you want. You can in the next round do like 2 matches.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care that much. I'm okay with it this way.
All right, cool.
We're only getting 6 votes. So if we split it between 2, then that's only. Anyway.
I know.
Number 7 seed Kane versus the number 10 seed Diesel.
Ooh. We have.
So we have Diesel versus the guy who played fake Diesel.
Yeah. It's interesting.
If you want to be all smarky about it.
One was a trucker, and the other fixed your teeth. One shocked Shane McMahon's balls.
Yeah, one shocked Shane McMahon's testicles with a car battery.
The other threw Rey Mysterio into the side of a truck like a lawn dart. So there you go. Get to voting. It'll be good times.
One promised only to fist bump you when he was champion if you were wearing his officially licensed merchandise gloves.
Yep.
The other chokeslammed Zack Ryder off a loading dock onto padding that was only about a foot lower than the loading dock. But we weren't supposed to know that. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And Zack Ryder bounced back into view.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Anyway. So, go to the Facebook.
Do I win trivia this week?
Go to the Facebook, follow the link, vote for Kane or Diesel.
Do it. Do it.
And then next week will be the last.
I'll bother you every day on the feed.
Which brings us to Dear WWE. Sean has submitted this week's Dear WWE.
Excellent.
I don't know if he actually meant it or not, but he said, "I have a Dear WWE for you," so I'm going to read it as such.
Well,
Dear,
submitting it.
Yeah, he does things in jest sometimes. Dear WWE, don't base your countdown show on the votes of the WWE Universe. Sorry, but I don't think that John Cena debuting on an episode of SmackDown was the most memorable. I can't talk this week. This is what you get for making me a day late on these things.
I am so sorry.
Sorry, but I don't think that John Cena debuting on an episode of SmackDown was the most memorable debut of all time. And also, The Rock shouldn't have been on that list either. His debut wasn't very memorable at all. No one even gave a shit.
Yep.
On a related note, on what fucking planet is the Brood the second best faction of all time?
Apparently, everyone on the internet loves the Brood. It's ridiculous.
I liked them for their kick-ass entrance.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was excited when Gangrel was announced for WWE 13 in the Attitude Era mode because I loved that fucking entrance.
Right.
When they came up through the stage.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I actually voted for the first time on one of those countdown polls.
I voted for the ones that showed up on the second screen for Raw.
Oh yeah.
And SmackDown, but I haven't voted for any specific. I
voted
haven't specifically
one.
searched them out.
Well, I found one randomly and I voted, and they only give you 15 choices. So like, I mean, they kind of stacked the deck as it is already. Like, only
Correct.
5 of these won't make it into the top 10 of all the things possible. You know, I mean, it's, I don't know.
Right. Send your dear WWE letter to rundownwrestling@gmail.com.
And we'll read it.
We will.
And if your name is Sean, we might mock you a little bit, but that's okay.
That's okay. Moving on to news this week.
Oh, yeah!
Told you we weren't going to get under an hour.
Darn.
More details have been revealed for WWE 2K15, which arrives on October 28th for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS3, and Xbox 360.
Wait, let me guess. It's the exact same fucking game as the last 5 years.
You can pre-order the game on Amazon.com or at your GameStop like I did. The game will use a new career mode similar to NBA 2K14 in which you can create a wrestler or use an existing one to rise up from NXT as a rookie to get to the main roster and become WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
So I could like play as The Rock and work my way up through NXT and make it to like the main roster.
It is in the game.
Okay.
See, I think you should create Muntjack.
Yeah, let's do it. You know what if they made an online career mode where we could play together,
They might.
then I would buy it. Then I would say, wow, this game isn't the same exact game for the last 7 or 8 years.
Well, it's not going to be the same game because it's a new developer. Now that 2K Sports took over for THQ and THQ went bankrupt. Last year's game was the same because last year's game was basically finished when THQ went out of business.
Gotcha.
But this year is the first year that Visual... We'll get to it anyway.
Okay. Tell me
It
more.
will include several NXT talents with the possibility of playable characters like NXT Champion Adrian Neville, NXT Women's Champion Charlotte, Sami Zayn, and Tyler Breeze. The game is also expected to once again feature the 30 Years of WrestleMania mode, though why or how, I'm not sure.
Thought they were going to scrap that.
Sting and Goldberg are rumored to be featured in the game as legends. Game Informer has more details on the changes the 2K Games will be making to WWE 2K15 now that they have full control over the property. As I said, when they acquired the license from THQ last year, the game was far too far into production to make many changes. The game will be the next-gen debut of the series on PS4 and Xbox One, along with a release on PS3 and Xbox 360. Developer Visual Concepts will work with Yuke's to have some more control on this time. It will add the scanning technology it used in the NBA 2K games and already has 90% of the in-game roster scanned in. In an interesting note, the classic version of Hulk Hogan is in the game, but the current version has been scanned. Other wrestlers in the game include John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, AJ Lee, Roman Reigns, and Cesaro. The character models for the wrestlers are a lot closer to real life. Hair, skin, faces, and ring gear have been upgraded, and more facial expressions have been recorded, so wrestlers will have more realistic emotions in the game. A facial rig demo for Cena showed expressions of pain, excitement, and exertion.
Oh, that's what she said.
The goal is to make the game closer to WWE's TV presentation, which means that VC is also trying to make the match pacing and flow more realistic.
Does that also mean that every time you boot up the game, it always starts with a Triple H promo?
Yeah.
Okay,
they have a new motion capture studio with an actual WWE ring set up by an actual WWE technician. This means there will be 5 times the amount of animations in 2K than in 2K14. There will be a new cutoff date for WWE content, which means the characters and storylines will be closer to the current WWE. In other words, it's less likely that someone who has been fired will be in the game and someone who just debuted won't be. Or, say, like last year or the year before, Curtis Axel, who was Intercontinental Champion when the game debuted, never appeared in the game at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Audio is also getting changed with 5 times the sound of the last game. Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole will be recorded at the same time to create more natural conversation.
That's good.
Thank God.
That would be good. That always bothered me about those games. the commentary. I just usually turn the commentary off. And
There will be 30 to 35 hours of commentary per announcer to prevent many repeats.
really,
2K. Yo, speaking of which, can we? I know you don't know this because you don't have the game.
I don't.
But in 2K14, the commentary for the DLC.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they had Michael Cole record each person's name once.
Really?
Because every time you do a move, every time it says his name, it is the exact same recording. No matter what inflection it's supposed to be, you always end up with Cesaro grabs the leg. Cesaro goes for the head. Cesaro with the finisher. It's like
oh, that's bad.
Anyway. 2K has not revealed the theme of the game, and it has not revealed the gameplay, but that could happen at E3, which was this week.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, the game will release on October 28th.
Well, if they make enough significant changes, maybe I'll give it a shot. Like I said, I have not played or bought a game since I believe 2011. This is the last one I still have in there.
Now that you can get it for cheap used, I do again urge you to get 13 because
that's not this year's. That's last year's. Okay.
No, the last one by THQ.
Okay.
13. This is the special edition. Yours it'll have CM Punk on the front. The Attitude Era mode
was awesome.
Is so much just nostalgic fucking fun.
Okay.
And you get to unlock people like Val Venus and The Godfather.
Well, that's pretty awesome. It's
awesome. Fantastic.
I'll have to check that out.
I do. I urge you to pick up 13 cheap used now if you're gonna, since you've been bitching about it. But just do the Attitude Era mode because it brings back so many good memories. You remember the Three Faces of Foley promo in Madison Square Garden before he fought Triple H in the hardcore match?
Yeah.
They rendered that in game.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic.
That's pretty cool.
So this year's 2K14, the 30 years of WrestleMania mode is interesting. It is nostalgic, but it's not as fun as Attitude Era mode because Attitude Era was when I was in like high school and early college, and that just kind of brings back some fuzzy memories for me. So
fuzzy times.
Next.
Ooh,
Time for your weekly WWE Network update. Until now, the network has been sold on a 6-month agreement, paid for via monthly installments of $9.99. WWE announced this week that as part of a Father's Day special, they are offering a year-long subscription priced at $119.88, which is not a discounted price if you do the math. But you can pay for it all at once, which is nice. So buy your dad 12 months of the WWE Network for $120.
Yeah, probably not. But that is interesting because they were rumoring and talking about already the idea of raising the price, so that at least either A, locks you in for a longer amount of time, or B, it's gonna show that maybe they aren't gonna raise the price quite yet. So maybe.
Next.
Washasha.
Oh, we can skip that one.
Okay.
It was anyway. TNA's live event in Bowie, Maryland on Friday night reportedly drew between 100 and 300 fans.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big was it? Was it a regular size arena?
It was one of their baseball events. It was a baseball field it was the baseball field of the minor league baseball team, the Bowie Bay Sox.
That just sounds like a weird mashup of like team names.
Who had an attendance of over 3,000 for the last home game.
So, wow, that's insane. That they couldn't pull in the same amount that like a minor league team brought in.
Nope. 100 to 300 fans.
That's pathetic.
Next. As some of you may have heard, Jim Ross was hospitalized over the week. His hospitalization on Thursday night lasted over the weekend, was reportedly due to stroke-like symptoms. TMZ reports that Ross was feeling symptoms similar to stroke on Thursday after he got home from his trip to Las Vegas, and that his wife made him go to the hospital. Doctors ran tests on Ross that revealed he had suffered a minor undiagnosed stroke sometime in the past, The current symptoms were being caused by medication he was taking for an unrelated medical issue. His meds have been changed. The problem is believed to be completely resolved. He is home. He is feeling well. Do not cry for Jim Ross. He will be just fine. He was apparently he was taking Ambien.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking Ambien to a point where you should not take Ambien.
Oh my gosh.
Because Ambien is supposed to be a temporary insomnia relief.
Oh, so is he
regularly for quite a while?
Unprescribed, just kind of.
Well, no, I'm sure it was prescribed. He's not.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It sounds like sounds nefarious the way you said it.
He's doing fine now.
That's good.
So, good for you, JR.
Yeah, keep that podcast going.
Yeah. Next. A casting agency this week released a request for Sting lookalikes for a WWE production.
Okay.
WWE is looking for a Sting body double aged 38 to 50 who is, and I quote, 6'2", 250 pounds of pure muscle. Prefer a guy with wrestling experience, very fit, heavily muscular.
Sounds like a Craigslist ad.
Slightly longer dark hair. Will have a full face of makeup on. That just makes it a better Craigslist ad.
You'll enter a dark room. Come upstairs. I will be naked in a pool of ramen noodles. You must
pool full of nacho cheese.
You must step into the pool, wash around in there for a while, and then leave. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Paying a higher rate as we need a great double for this.
Are those in caps or something?
They are, yes. Great!
Okay.
In caps.
Great! Tony the Tiger riding our ass. Great!
They are also seeking orchestra musicians with own instruments aged 18 to 70.
What the fuck is this for?
To play a playing orchestra that would wear Sting's trademark face paint.
For what?
The scenes are rumored to be for a new video game, which means that Sting will likely have a major role. This would be his debut in a WWE game. He would be used similar to how Ultimate Warrior, Mike Tyson, and Brock Lesnar were used as the unique name that helps promote the game. So last year we had the ad of Ultimate Warrior running roughshod through the THQ offices. This year we apparently get Sting the musical.
That is very strange to me.
The footage will be shot on June 16th. The Wrestling Observer reports that the project for which Sting Body Doubles is being cast is not specifically for WWE, but rather for another agency that works with WWE. Sting has still not signed with the company, and this is not for Raw next week or any currently planned WWE programming. The project is labeled WWE Orchestra and will shoot, as we said, on the 16th in Los Angeles. As of today, there are no plans for Sting to appear anytime soon on Raw, although if he does end up signing, that could change. The deal is, as has been for months, nearly finalized. The agency that released the notices did not realize they would get so much buzz from the news online. Excuse me. WWE, meanwhile, is said to be very upset with the news leaking since they don't actually have Sting signed to a contract.
Yeah, that's a little embarrassing.
Wow.
It's like they're writing some sort of like Sting fan fiction. They're like, don't read it, don't read it. It's not done yet.
He was 6'2", heavily muscular.
It's like a crazy sex ad or something.
You come upstairs with the Sting face paint. Open the door. Scream.
I'll be tied to the bed.
What's his scream? Does he just go, "Whoa!" or something like that?
I think it's pretty close.
Yeah. Stinger splash.
Oh God! Stop right there. Oh God!
I did not think of the double meaning.
Layla, we've got.
I did not think of the double meaning of that until after I said it. Stinger splash, towel off, then you can go. Next!
Oh, wash yourself.
Yeah. Ric Flair passed his required medical testing last week in Pittsburgh, which means he is free to return to WWE in a regular full-time role at any time. Is Ric Flair the next general manager of Raw?
Didn't he do that once before?
Probably not. Yeah, probably. He's like the original general manager. It was like the first draft was him versus Vince.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. To me, the role of a general manager doesn't need to exist anymore because they're obviously not doing anything with it. So
I agree, but I think if it were someone like Flair, they could at least do something with it where it's Flair versus the Authority, because Flair has the chops to actually stand up to them.
True, but
you've still got SmackDown. Anyway.
It's true.
Anyway, so Ric Flair is going to come back soon and get paired with somebody.
That'll be interesting. Hopefully not the Miz again.
I was going to say, and the Miz is still probably going to use the figure 4 for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, probably.
Next.
Washa-sha-sha-sha.
TNA has announced that Kurt Angle will announce the third member of the TNA Hall of Fame this Sunday at Slammiversary. The inductee will join Sting and Kurt Angle in the Hall. This is the third year in a row that a Hall of Famer has been announced at the event. Angle said in an announcement, quote, "When you get to the level of being a Hall of Famer, it is the greatest feeling of honor. You'll go down in history as one of the all-time best. In TNA, only one inductee is selected each year, and so that is even more prestigious in my mind." Yeah. "Last year, I became the second inductee, and I followed one of the greatest wrestlers to ever step inside a ring, Sting. Getting to this level takes a lot. Being a great athlete, being an exciting character, telling a great story, and, above all else, being persistent and having real passion for this sport. You must love this business and put your heart and soul into it. If you do, great things will happen. If you just believe."
I know. I was about to make that same joke. Oh God.
"So I lift my hat to the next Hall of Famer to join our ranks, because you are truly one of the greats," unquote. That statement, of course, would mean a whole lot more if last year's Hall of Fame induction hadn't been turned into an awful fucking storyline.
So,
anyway.
Do you think Kurt Angle will ever make it into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I would say probably at some point.
Yeah.
He was the first Olympic gold medalist in WWE history.
I mean, he was extremely entertaining. I just wonder, like, if his run with TNA is gonna hurt that chance.
He was the Eurocontinental champion.
That's true.
I would say it is likely at some point down the line.
Do you think he'll ever come back to WWE?
Not in an in-ring capacity.
Right, but I mean in any
possibly not even in an on-screen capacity. I would see him at this point in the game being a trainer,
working backstage,
or a road agent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we find out soon who the third man is, huh?
Sunday.
Oh joy.
So we'll talk about that next week. We'll make fun of that next week.
Okay, that sounds good.
Hall of Fame news, at Saturday's Wrestling with Disaster, the following men will be inducted into the ECW Arena's Hardcore Hall of Fame.
Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
The Blue Meanie.
Oh, God.
Cold Scorpio will be inducted by ECW founder Todd Gordon.
Flash! Uh-huh.
Big old dog.
You are so funky! Sorry.
You didn't even hear what I said, did you?
No, I missed it.
Big old dong on Flash Funk.
Oh my God.
That's the rumor. Anyway. The Pit Bulls, Gary Wolf, and the late Anthony Durante, who will be inducted by their former ECW manager Jason Knight, and former ECW World Champion Shane Douglas, who will be inducted by the Arena General Manager Roger Artigiani and Zach Connor. Certainly, I think all worthy entrants into the ECW Hardcore Hall of Fame. Especially Shane Douglas, but anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's that. Next.
Interesting.
And finally this week.
Oh.
WWE's annual spring cleaning hit today.
Oh, it did. Oh, it did.
With the releases of JTG, Teddy Long, referee Mark Harris, Evan Bourne, Oksana, Camacho, Kurt Hawkins, Brodus Clay, Yoshitatsu, Jinder Mahal, and Drew McIntyre.
So, So,
Teddy Long was released today because his contract expired. He'd been off TV for some time, and most people knew he was going to leave. WWE apparently felt that Yoshitatsu had really regressed in the ring.
they weren't giving him a chance.
Yeah. They tried to find another role for him before his release, including as an NXT ring announcer. Creative seemed to simply stop caring about Brodus Clay. That's why they broke up his tag team with Tensai and did nothing with him. His final appearance was a loss to NXT champion Adrian Neville, which is, of course, a sign that there wasn't a big plan for him in the future.
Well, they were trying to actually build him up as, more of the monster role. So I'm kind of sad that they didn't do anything with that.
Evan Bourne is disappointing to me. He of course, hasn't wrestled in a long time after being injured. After being out on wellness, he was like 1 day from returning from his wellness suspension and getting in a car accident. He's said to be a victim of bad timing. Hopefully, maybe he'll come back in the future.
I hope so, too.
Kurt Hawkins and Camacho's releases were said to be the biggest surprises. Camacho was popular in NXT as he had a lot of charisma and was well-spoken in his recent appearances against Adam Rose. Hawkins had several years on his deal and was considered a good hand in the ring, even if he was only used as enhancement talent.
Kurt Hawkins needed to go a long time ago, in my opinion.
He recently opened a school in Long Island, so he likely knew the end was coming. He'll probably get a lot of independent work in the Northeast. He's already signed a show.
Nice.
The feeling backstage is that more releases will be coming, but that's always the thought process on release day. Drew McIntyre, man.
Well, now we're down to 1.5 man band.
Now we're down to 1 6/7 man band.
Yeah, I just looked up the list again online, and I found something really hilarious. It said it's on Philly.com. It says JTG apparently reacted to the bad news on Twitter, and it has his tweet, and it says, "Damn, why I pick up my phone?"
Yeah. Yep. That was yeah. JTG, not surprising.
Well, yeah, I'm really shocked that JTG had a job at all.
Mark Harris, who the fuck cares?
Oksana, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's finally over.
Evan Bourne is disappointing.
That's depressing. I love Evan Bourne. I've called Evan Bourne's matches. So.
Yeah. Camacho, sure.
I'm kind of sad about that.
Kurt Hawkins.
I don't care.
Sad, but about time. Brodus Clay is a little bit surprising.
That's depressing.
Yoshitatsu, not surprising.
No.
Jinder Mahal.
You're never gonna hear your favorite theme song ever again.
It's on iTunes. I think. I have it somewhere, I think. Anyway, and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
The loss of
the chosen one.
Exactly. That makes me very sad.
Well, when you throw him in a gimmick where they are less important than the little people managers that they have, then you know that they don't have a lot of faith in them. So there you go. I'm surprised the Wendy's chick still has a job. I mean, I guess WWE probably did pay for a boob job, so. Excuse you.
Wait a minute, what? You say Heath Slater had a boob job?
It looks like it. He needs one of those breast reductions.
You're a
wear a bra.
Buy that man a bra!
Oh, criminy.
And that does it for the rundown for this Thursday, June 11th, June 12th. See, you got me screwing up on my notes here. Thursday, June 12th, 2014, 94 days since the Usos won the WWE Tag Team Championship. Lucky Pro Wrestling next Friday, June 20th in Hudson, Massachusetts. Atlantic Pro Wrestling presents Wrestling for the Rams Saturday, June 28th at 5:30 p.m. at the Triton Regional High School, 112 Elm Street in Byfield, Massachusetts. APW returns Saturday, July 12th to the APW Arena at the Newbury Fire Hall in Newbury, Massachusetts. For all the information, go to AtlanticProWrestling.com. Lucky Pro Wrestling Summer Sizzle in Clinton, Mass. Well, that was a good Clinton, Miles. On Saturday, August 9th, go to luckyprowrestling.weebly.com. Weebly, luckyprowrestling.weebly.com for the information. That Lucky Liberty States returns in October. LibertyStatesWrestling.com.
Is that all yours?
Yep.
SCW presents Unbroken, June 21st, 2014, at the Walcott Coliseum. Mended!
Assembled.
Whole. At the Walcott Coliseum in Walcott, Iowa. $8 admission. Doors open at 6:30. Bell time is at 7. For more information, check out their Twitter account, twitter.com/scwpro, or on Facebook, facebook.com/scwpro.
Follow us on Twitter at Rundown Podcast to chat with me. I live tweet raw. It's fun.
Yep, it's true.
Andy has access to the Twitter too, but he doesn't use it.
I always forget to. I will. I'll try to.
Send your feedback, send your Ryback theme song, send your catchphrase suggestions, send your fake sponsors, send your real sponsors, send your Doctor Who Creator Wrestler templates. I was saying Pertwee through McGann. I now realize it's Pertwee through Hurt. I need a Hurt.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Send your Creator Wrestler templates.
Adam loves to hurt. Adam loves to hurt. He's just into that.
What's that Johnny Cash song? Anyway. Questions for me to answer in a YouTube video, and your letters for the Dear WWE segment to rundownwrestling@gmail.com. And I will send you my address and a link to my Amazon.com wishlist because my birthday is coming. It's less than a month away at this point. If you want a small book of poetry.
Yeah!
I was so excited.
I love poetry. What can I say?
Go to
I just taught a
tinyurl.com.
1-week class on how to write poetry. See, I'm a teacher of poetry even. That means it's good. Now, to be fair, I taught third graders how to write poetry, but still, check it out.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
This one group.
Acorn is brown, the color of poo.
Yeah. The one group of kids, they were really obsessed with writing poems about, like, just basically they all ended with some different object taking over the world. It was really strange.
Nice.
And then eggs took over the world. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's Chasing Distant Horizons. It's really easy to catch if you go to tinyurl.com/distant horizons.
Nice.
The chapbook will be making its way, hopefully within the next few weeks, if I can get my shit together, onto Amazon. And I've got some more projects working on for the future. So possibly another podcast project and possibly some more writing projects. So be on the list.
Starters?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Search for us on iTunes, another Rundown Wrestling podcast. If you subscribe, you get the podcast delivered to you absolutely free each and every week for $0.00.
Mm-hmm.
We are also available on Stitcher at Stitcher.com or the Stitcher app on your mobile device. Again, search for the Rundown Wrestling podcast. Still free, but you stream the podcast. Choose from your favorites of tens of thousands of podcasts, but why would you choose anyone other than ours?
You shouldn't.
Nope. Where did my Podomatic link go?
I don't know.
Podomatic link.
Podomatic.com /
Oh no, I skipped an entire segment. That's what I did.
The ABCDFG.
I skipped an entire chunk of my notes. That's what I did.
How dare you? You know what you should do? You should as much as I always think, like, man, Adam should pre-record this. Some of my favorite parts of the whole show are us, like, getting off topic and bantering during this time.
Exactly.
So,
that's why I enjoy.
So don't do that. Don't actually do that.
That's why I enjoy this part.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah. See, if you look, I skipped. If I hold this up here and not push buttons. Buttons on
right.
Oh, now we're on the wrong spot.
You are awful at this today.
Well, you fucked me up by going a day late there.
Sorry, I was having a relapse. The man in the bunny suit came over and was like, I got something for you.
Yeah. See, what I did is I skipped from...
Those are pornographic pictures of Sunny, I believe, actually.
She was the diva of the decade.
That's true.
See, I skipped from the Gmail list right down to the distant horizon.
This is insider baseball right here. The text document on the iPad that holds everything.
What the hell did I just do there? So, cats are fun and magical. If you can't smell their poop, fresh step. Go to facebook.com/rundownwrestling. Like us on Facebook. Go to rundown.podomatic to make a donation of the monetary variety. The show is free for you. It is not free for us. It costs me $10 a month. Thank you again to Glenn Morton for making a donation of $5 this week. And he's British, so there's like some fucking money transfer there, like fucking pounds and bullshit. So get your shit together, other people.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/rundown podcast to watch archived episodes of these Google Plus Hangouts.
Yeah.
We love them so much. And circle me on Google Plus.
Circle jerk time.
Google.com/+Adam Rundown host. It's the best I could do. If you cannot afford a donation of the monetary variety, go on to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. If you leave us a text review, we will read your name and your text review at the end of a future episode of The Rundown, just like these fine people.
Cricket, 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 cricket.
Not as good as Sean's cricket noise, but I'll take it.
Whew.
Thanks to Tegan Brown for the logo. Thanks to everybody for listening each and every week. Thanks to that one person with the
That was awesome.
the Arabic, was it Arabic?
It looked Arabic to me.
Name who said hello right at the start. Thanks to that person. Thanks to that human. Thank you, human.
You are great, human.
Thank you, Andrew.
Of course.
And thanks.
I was gonna say, next week you don't have me. You're stuck with Josh. So, but please still listen.
Yes, next week we get to make up another fake reason why Andy's not on the show. Am I allowed to tell them the real reason, or are we going to keep that secret?
Nah. We'll just don't worry about it.
Spy.
It's more fun when you come up with new things.
Andy's not actually a teacher. He works for the CIA.
Now we won't have a podcast at all.
Now we all have to get dyed. And thanks to I Fight Dragons for the theme song. Next week!
Ah! Sorry.
So fucking loud. Oh, next week, the results of Kane versus Diesel. Next week,
Yes.
Josh is on the program.
Yes.
Next
week we find out who goes into the TNA Hall of Fame.
Next week we get to make fun of who goes into the TNA Hall of Fame.
Oh, God.
Ah, good times. And David Ortiz just hit another home run. On that note, remember, Jacob, good night and good luck.
Mm-hmm.
And fun. Done. Go to paulandstorm.com and look up Frogger the Frogger musical. It's a really funny song.
I thought you were going to do like a tribute to the World Cup and be like, goal!
Nobody watches soccer.
That's true. So true. I would leave it with that. All right, stopping.
We're going to leave it at that.
Why not? It's so true.
Yep.
Save Project As.
Now, why the chicken might have done it, I just couldn't say. But if I'm gonna make it home, this is the only way. 5 lanes of traffic and embankment and a stream. It's like it's some kind of amphibianic fever dream. The total lack of law enforcement on this road's a crime. I'd write a letter, but I simply haven't got the time. Give me a call tomorrow if I haven't died. Then I can tell you how I made it to the other side.
Nice.
Save to desktop. Desktop save. Yay. One more episode in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Books. In the books. So next week is Josh. Then the week after is Sean. And the week after that, depending on what we end up doing, is either inside look for the YouTube viewers here. It's either you and me in your hotel room,
in the cottage,
your cottage,
yeah, or on the beach itself. I think that'd be fun.
Or you, me, and Sean. Either way, we have to discuss Money in the Bank.
That's true.
So it might be you and me, and then Sean on Google.
That's whatever works.
Because we can't not have Sean. If we're going to the show,
if you're going to the show, Sean has to be on here. If worst
Sean.
comes to absolute worst, you and Sean can always do the show. If I'm like, yeah, I just really like sitting on the beach. I can't come inside.
But we should still hang out on the 4th of July or something.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Absolutely. No, I 110%.
At some point that weekend.
Yes.
For the viewers at home, Andrew's about 1,300 miles away from me.
Exactly.
So we never get to see each other in person, and that makes me sad.
I know, not very often. Not very often.
It takes a concerted effort.
Yeah.
There's no randomly bumping into each other.
It's not just like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in so long. What are you doing here?
As you might be able to tell from the difference in environ
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
us.
we've got plenty of sun over here still. We're quite sunny. Sunny times. Sunny days.
God, for like the second half of that show, my throat was getting so dry.
I could tell. Sorry.
Yeah.
We were talking a lot.
Anyway.
If you ever want me just like to read the news, like I don't have to do the work, but if you just want me to read it, like if you're like dying, your throat gets too much work, just let me know. I'll read it.
We'll just hold the iPad up to the screen and you can read it.
Well, you could send me a text file. There's a thing called email.
True miracle of the internet. All right. On that note, I'm going to minimize my garage band.
Possibly if I type my password correctly, which I don't think I did.
Oh, I gotta boot up Skype so you can do that. But first,
Oh.
we will end the Google Hangout.
Hey, thanks for showing up, no one. That was great of you.
We got one viewer right now. I'm not sure.
Hey, thanks,
But,
one viewer. You my buddy.
Sean said he couldn't come tonight because he and his girlfriend were going to
Making
see.
sex.
Yes, he was making sex to her, and then they went to see some movie.
Mm.
I want to say Neighbors, but I don't think that's right.
Now I'm curious if there's a picture or a story somewhere about Too Cool Scorpio or Scorpio's penis size.
The rumor is that Too Cool Scorpio has a magnanimous schlong. 22 Jump Street, that's what they're saying. So, anyway, good night, Google. Good night,
Night,
YouTube.
Googs.
Good night, one viewer.
Yeah.
Sleep tight.
Later.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Bow, bow, bow.
Are you Blue from Blue's Clues?